fake out Higgins. He's into the secondary and popped out. First and 10. There's the Mixon. Moving up Burrow. Wide open. He's got Higgins again inside the 50. Over 12 yards. Oh, up the middle. Look at him go. Hurling defenders inside the 44. First and 10. Inside they go. Usama gets the ball. Burrow. It's a touchdown. Mixon takes it across. The Pro Bowler in 1,000-yard rushing. It's a second down and 7. It's blocked by Jonah Williams and downfield with the miss. On the fly, Boyd, foot race. That is 6. Leaping into the end zone. 68 yards, try.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hi, guys. How's it going? Welcome to Tigress Talk. We are the first and only Bengals talk show created by women. My name's Jess, a.k.a. Hubei, and I'm joined by the lovely ladies of Houday Nation, Kayla over there in Northern Kentucky, and Whitney and Jerry holding it down in Florida. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, everybody watching live. Woo! I had a lot of fun on Sunday. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
I had a real good time.
Yeah. I think you had the best time.
Yeah, I might have had the best time. I was thinking about that. I was trying to think, like, when have I had a better time, a more fun time at a game? And I don't know that I could name one. Although the Steelers game was pretty fun this year. And I'm sure the Steelers game last year was fun too. I did not go to that one, but I think that was definitely the most fun I've had in recent memory. So a very good day. What did you guys do on Sunday? Where did you guys watch the game? Kayla, I know obviously you were not far from me.
Yeah, I was in row 2. I was so excited. That was part of my Christmas. And I brought my husband to his first NFL game. So that was fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So
did he like it?
He loved it. Did you see him? He was standing up and cheering on defense and everything. I was like, you're going to be a football fan. It's going to happen.
Oh, man. That makes me so happy. I'm so glad. He was all decked out, too. He's all geared out.
Wearing his hat and his shirt. He looked great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yep. He looked awesome.
I thought about that like right towards the end of the game. Like, what a great first game to go to.
I know.
He
now
good
luck.
All of them.
Not that game was ever in question, but he should definitely come to every game. I think we nominate him for every game.
Just nickname him Ravens Killer from now on. Just call him
There you
go. Perfect.
Yeah, that would be great. So yeah, recap of the game. I mean, I felt like we pretty much had it wrapped up from start to finish. Although I was a little surprised that they scored 21 points. I kind of thought that it would be the kind of shutout where like they don't score any points. But so I was kind of surprised. I mean, they got some good pressure on Joe. He took a couple sacks. He, still did phenomenally. But I was surprised that they could do as much as they did, honestly, especially on defense and offense too, really. But it's funny because I was listening to Mike talk with Jake on Locked On, and he was saying, even though it's a bunch of backups and everyone was crying about the backups, definitely showed how thin we are at linebacker. Yeah. But it's still Wink Martindale's defense. He's still a great coach, and they did a decent job, I thought. But we were just had a dominating day. I loved it. I loved every second of it. I loved every second of Joe Burrow being in there. I know a lot of people thought that they should have pulled him. And I always, when Brandon Allen always comes out on the field, I always yell, "Fourth quarter, Brandon! Fourth quarter is yours!" I always want to manifest that, into the atmosphere. But I was kind of glad that they kept him in there because I liked him breaking all those records and
Oh yeah, it was
being the man.
Too much fun. Yeah.
I don't think there was any way Joe was leaving that game before getting that record.
Yeah.
Like he was determined, and I feel like he kind of wanted to prove a little something, and he certainly did.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he didn't come out for the press interviews in the gold jacket of sorts.
Yeah, I loved his comments when they were like, what did you think about it or whatever. And I agree. It wasn't necessary. Like, you didn't have to take that dig. Like, you could say, we're not worried about him without saying we're not ready to put a gold jacket on him. I have to agree that was an unnecessarily rude comment. But that's what you get.
It's like my favorite comment. Right. Because we got the best soundbite ever in the presser afterwards. Like, that's legend status comment from Joe. And then also, like, I'll take any motivation. I guess bulletin board material is a very real thing for Joe Burrow. And so the more a team gives us, way to go, Stink Martindale, you're dumbass. Like, you just really helped us out. I appreciate it.
Stink Martindale, that's a good one.
I do wish, like, at one point Joe would have just like winked over at the Ravens sideline, just like one little wink.
Oh yeah.
But
I also
he could have done it and nobody saw it too.
I thought it was low-key hilarious how he said that they weren't going to double chase, and they totally did. Like, I think I tweeted about that. Like,
like, liars.
I was like, why would you even say that? I don't know. I think they were just trying to be ugly for no reason. I really don't know. I don't get it, but it is what it is. We showed, and I'm sorry, but to everybody crying about all the injuries and yada yada yada, I have no sympathy for you, because how injured have we been over the past 4 years? And nobody cared. Nobody cares. That's the thing. And we all cry about it. We cried about it too. We're injured. Nobody cares. They never will. They never have. All you hear about is wins and losses. Nobody cares how healthy or injured your team is. So
half of the Houston team was injured, and they still pulled off a win on Sunday. So, like, any week in the NFL, anything can happen. So
it's still the NFL. That's the thing. It's still the NFL. I don't care where you found these people. Okay, they can obviously play football at some level and have at some point in their life. I assume they don't find people. People were like, "Oh, that was the janitor and the barber." It was not like. So they've obviously played football before. So I'm not here for the crying, but
it's so funny because I feel like everybody's treating us like we're the bad guys now and we're like the villains. Like, I feel like this year is kind of our villain origin story. I'm here for it. Like, let everybody be afraid of us, because we are making statements, and it's only going to keep going.
Yeah. And I feel like we really showed what we're capable of. And I think we've said a lot that we still aren't seeing these guys play up to their full potential. And I think that was close, no drops, no interceptions, we're doing the things well that we need to do. We're executing the way that we need to on certain things. And I think that because of that, we're starting to see more of this team's potential. And it's something I'm very excited about. I don't know if you guys saw Field Yates talking with Dan Horde. Bengals tweeted it out. And I wanted to cry at the end of it because he said Bengals fans should be excited, but even more so, they should be excited for years to come. And I was just like,
yes,
I'm so excited.
We've been saying that all season.
I loved all those stats that came out all week. I'm sorry, where they pointed out that it was all under 25 years old. All the stats that came around that, there was a few.
Yes,
because it just emphasized. Yes, best is yet to come. You're just seeing us get started. And I just said us, like one of those obnoxious fans, I actually wear a helmet. I don't care.
I don't care either. I do it all the time. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cab
said, I'll pull out Eli Manning's
into it. So we are kind of part of it.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I feel it. And it's funny because I hate it when people say that the players care more. No, the fans care more. We can all care the most. We can all care the most, seriously, because I feel like I do.
Yeah.
Captain said he would pull out Eli Manning's favorite finger for the haters. I don't know if you guys remember that. But
oh yeah.
That was the middle finger, this one. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to get canceled like Peyton and Eli. They went away
demonstrate.
And everybody was like, oh. But yeah, Dynasty's just beginning. I totally agree. It's an exciting time. And to be playing, I know we said this 100 million times, but to be playing meaningful football this late in the season is just such a breath of fresh air. And the fact that I don't want to jinx anything. I don't really believe in jinxes, but I was thinking about this today and I was like, I don't want to say it because I don't want to jinx it, but I'm just going to say it. When I predicted 10-7 wins at the beginning of the season, I predict that all the time. I do it all the time because every year I think we're going to win all the games. I thought that the year we drafted Joe Burrow and then he got hurt. So, I throw stuff out there like that all the time. This is the first time I've been right. Even the most ridiculous, optimistic fan can be right this year. It's such an exciting time. So I don't know. I know we still have 2 games to play, so nothing's guaranteed. These 2 games are going to be tough. I hate Cleveland with every fiber of my being. If you made me pick one, I'd pick lose next week and win in Cleveland, but I hope we can win them both, honestly. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We shall see. But overall game recap, I thought it was a really good game. I did not realize until I saw Kevin Huber's tweet about him picking flowers in the middle of the field that we didn't punt the whole game, which is incredible. We scored on every drive other than the missed field goal and the kneeling. So I don't know what happened to Jerry.
Yeah, that was a perfect tweet. That was I loved so
it. And I was like, wait a minute. I didn't even realize that we didn't even punt the whole time. And it was beautiful. And I loved it. And I don't care. I love you. I love you, Kevin. But we can now punt.
It was my favorite. Yeah, I responded to that with that was my favorite performance of yours ever. And I meant it. Stay there. Yeah. Earn a free paycheck, dude.
Right? It's the best job ever. I mean, God knows we've used and abused him over the years and years and years. So he can take this one off, Kevin. You can enjoy it like the rest of us. So, I thought that Tyler Boyd's flip into the end zone was kind of hilarious on the 10-year anniversary of Jerome Simpson. Although I will say Jerome landed a little better. Oh, look, he's back. Hello.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. Technology. It's a good time. So I thought it was funny that Tyler flipped into the end zone like that for no reason. And then I was laughing so hard at the mic'd up Jesse Bates where he was like, his back's going to hurt. His whole back's going to hurt. I thought the same thing when I saw it. But hope you're feeling okay today.
I desperately wanted to be in the end zone with like a gym, when you're at the Olympics and the gymnast gets scores 10 times. Give him a 7-point
think of
that? Or
that?
something.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Well, you didn't know he was going to do that.
I did not.
Best Mary Lou Retton impersonation, but
I know. Should just start having those for all of the touchdown celebrations.
Right.
Yes. Oh, I love it. I just try and do whatever they're doing. I like the one Joe's been doing lately because I can do that one because he's just
oh yeah,
I can do that one. I can't do the gritty. I can do that one.
I don't know what he calls that one, but I call it the reverse lawnmower, and I know that's not right. But that's how I remember it.
Yeah,
But
I
I'm
like
also like a 60-year-old father of 5. I don't know.
Yeah.
Inside my body, that's what I am.
Yes, it was a really good time. Greg says, when you have a positive future, that is the best feeling in a fan base. Yes, absolutely. I mean, how many years? How many years were we like, maybe next draft, maybe next draft? And then now it's like everything that we add from here just feels like bonus, you know, everything that we add in free agency, everything that we add in the draft, everything, it just feels like we're just adding depth at this point and, you know, getting more and more and more stuff. So I'm just couldn't be happier. Could not be happier. So
I don't know about you guys, but I get so irritated when I still see comments like, oh, well, Mike Brown's not going to spend money in the offseason, or they're still the same old Bengals. I'm like, are you really a fan, and do you really know anything about football? Have you been paying attention the last couple of years? Because we've done nothing but spend money and work on the culture of this team, the culture of this franchise. It is not the same team. It is not the same organization. Like, this is a new dynasty that we are building here. And it's just, I go back to Facebook, guys. Like,
seriously, do us all a favor. But no, you're totally right, Jerry, because, you know, I think it's time to let all those old narratives die. And I understand that they are deeply ingrained in a lot of Bengals fans' psyches, but let it go. Let it go.
That was almost my we need to talk this week, because I completely agree. You know, it's not your dad's Bengals. It's not even your big brother's Bengals. The amount of difference in the last 3 years, really since they decided to part ways with Marvin and bring on this young, unproven, really, like, take a really big dice roll on Zach Taylor. The culture's changed, and it started from the front office. There was a baton passing that started from to the next generation of the Brown family, and it's clear. And from the top down, it's a different organization. These guys were not on the roster back when we had something to really bellyache about when it comes to the Bengals. So I don't know why you would distrust this group of people. They have nothing to do with that era. It's completely different. So,
and I'm sorry, but I feel like at this point, Mike Brown is more of just like a figurehead. You know, I don't really think he's making a lot of these decisions that people think he is. I think that it's more Duke Tobin, Katie, and now Elizabeth. So I feel like it's not even like, I don't know. I think everyone's just mad at an old man because they want to be mad at an old man. I don't know.
He had them involved in interviews this year and last year. They were intricately involved in Zach Taylor's hiring. So that was the moment that I knew, you know, what was that? 2 seasons ago, technically, that they brought Zach in, and you knew during the interview process that the baton was starting to be passed there, because he let them be completely involved in it. And it's because he knew they were going to have to own it for years later, because he's starting to minimize his role and maximize theirs. And I think it's a beautiful thing to watch. And also, I don't like people talking bad about him anyways, because I like him, actually.
I do too. I just feel like he just gets a lot of unfair hate. You know, it's just easy to hate the man on the top. I guess, I don't know. But
yeah.
Brian said he thought it was cool that Trey shouted out Carlos. I agree. That was really awesome. Oh, Carlos, shout out to Trey. As bad as his time ended, it's cool to see that. Yeah, I have to agree. You know, I know a lot of people are like not happy with Carlos, and I got a lot of hate when I said that, but that I still, you know, will root for him. But I feel like I just wish him well. You know, everything worked out for the best. You got a new team. We got Trey. Like, I feel like it's silly to wish ill on him. I don't know. People really came for me though when I said that. So maybe that's a hot topic.
Forget too that, like, it is a business and it's his career. And if it wasn't working out for him, just like if it's not working out in any of our jobs, if we think that we're going to flourish somewhere else, you're going to do what's best for you at the end of the day. So, I mean, I can't really fault him for that.
Plus, he was someone who was so fun to root for so many years on our team. It's like, I mean, I saw his jersey. Like, I love Carlos. So, I mean, it's hard for me to
He was my favorite player the entire time he played for the Bengals. He was my favorite. When somebody would ask me, who's your favorite Bengals player, without hesitation, Carlos Dunlap. I love everything about him. And I'm not going to let the way things ended affect, you know, years my years of fandom and loving and supporting him. So
yeah, and he picked the perfect timing to go anyways, because that's just like, I mean, we hired a new head coach, and so everything was going to be different. And so it's the perfect time to take stock and say, okay, do I want to like ride or die with this guy? I don't know. And he's going to come in and change everything. He's changing personnel. Or is this the time that's best for me to go test water somewhere else? And it was obvious the choice there for him and for us. And so, yeah, I agree. I wish him nothing but the best.
Yeah, I can't agree more. Yep. Mama Dunlap still gives us all the love too. Yeah. So his mom like used to like find us at games and like take pictures with us.
Oh,
because Cap would always wear his jersey, and I had like a T-shirt, like a Carlos is my homeboy, I think T-shirt that I would wear all the time, and so his mom would always come find us, and they were so nice to us. So yeah, miss
Good
them,
people.
but you know what? I wish them all the best. Anyway, all right. Anything else about the game? I think that pretty much sums it up.
do we want to talk about the taunting penalty of spinning the ball? Because I want to complain about it.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
That's so dumb.
Yeah.
When was that? I don't even remember that.
Like, who is he taunting? Like, if they could just tell me who. No, he was not.
Was that? Oh,
he was looking straight ahead.
Somebody was like, "Who was he taunting? The down marker?"
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
Wasn't there somebody during the Dallas game that like rolled around in front of the quarterback on the ground and they didn't get like a taunting penalty? So you can spin your body on the ground in front of the quarterback that is also on the ground and not get a taunting call. But God forbid you spin the ball in front of the other team.
Well, and I forgot to really complain last week about Cam Sample being hit late. And I tied the two together. Like, how is it not okay to spin the ball, look straight forward? He didn't even look at any Ravens player or coach at all. He looked down at the ground or straight ahead. Why is that a penalty? But then you can late hit Cam Sample like you're trying to send him to the hospital. You know, if you're really like your intention is player safety.
And that guy got fined like $10,000 too.
Yeah.
For that late hit that wasn't a late hit.
Yeah. It makes me crazy. There's no sense to it, and I don't know how it's going to get better, and I have no hope for that, honestly. Like the officiating is awful.
Katie's going to go into the rules committee and talk some sense into him. I feel like there are ways we've even talked about it on the show, you know, about like starting with a warning, you know, and then move to a penalty, and then also getting maybe a little bit more clear about what is taunting and what isn't, because I think they went out full guns blazing this year, like we're anti-taunting, but then I feel like they've just kind of gone crazy with it, and
the stuff that they miss is the worst part to me.
Yeah, because it's like the stuff that could get someone hurt seems to be the stuff that they're missing, and the stuff that's just like fun is the stuff that they're calling like pointing and spinning a ball. It's like, who cares? There's like, I don't know.
If you get into someone's face or put hands on them, I get it. If you spin a ball on the ground, get out of here. Get out of town. That is not hurting anybody.
Optic says, I'd rather be taunted than punched in the stomach by Cam Hayward. Just saying.
Right?
Way to bring it back, Optic.
He didn't think he punched him, though, Optic. Remember? He didn't think he tried to punch him.
He just oopsie daisy fell. Weird.
Oops. So if you say oops, it's okay.
Yes. Oh, is that how it goes? Okay. The ref must have heard him say oops. Or no, he actually got flagged for that, I think, didn't he? Yeah, he did. I think he did get flagged for that. I don't even remember.
I don't think he got a fine for that.
Oh.
But I think he did get a flag, maybe.
I think he got flagged at the time, but anyway, I think taunting is stupid, and I think the refs are terrible. I think they are terrible at their jobs, and I think if everyone was as bad at their jobs as the refs are at their jobs, then nothing would ever get accomplished ever, because everyone would be totally incompetent.
Well, I do think part of the problem is too, they're a protected class and no one's allowed to say anything about them, or you get fined.
Which is crazy talk. Like, I'm sorry, I thought this was America. Like, you can't say what's on your mind. Like,
I've always hated that rule, and then also it helps it prevents things from really getting better because where they should be called out every once in a
No
while.
accountability. Yes.
Fair to criticize. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there's always going to be a bit of human error in the game, but some of these calls are just so blatant. Like when it's right in front of them, and you're just like, "What are you doing?" Like,
well, and you think that's why New York is a part of it too. It's like, there's human
they
error, but
either.
there's like 10 eyes on it, like at all times. I don't understand.
I feel like there need to be more things that are allowed to be reviewable and challenged, but I know that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
That's what got me so upset about the cam sample thing. There was a flag even thrown on the field. It was picked back up. They had the time to review it several times over, and it was so freaking obvious. Like, how? Sorry, I'm bringing up old stuff. Apparently, I still have a grudge against that particular
we need to talk about
it. Do you know how loud I was yelling?
This is therapy time. This is a safe place. I don't care what happens.
I might have said it. I'll meet you outside, buddy. Because it was just a garbage. Even the Denver fans behind us were like, how is that not? But
I just want Chase's touchdown celebration from here on out the rest of the season to always be spinning the ball in the end zone and looking directly into a ref's eyes. Like, find the nearest ref and just eyeball him. Taunt the ref.
Shelly says, cool mug, Jerry.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday.
Is Shelly Mom?
Yeah.
Hi, Shelly Mom.
Happy birthday,
everybody's moms.
I pay mine to watch the show.
I love Pam. I'm still trying to get Pam to adopt me.
Mary says, therapy, safe zone, vent away. Yes, I agree. We can talk about whatever you guys want. I don't even care. We don't have to stay on topic. We can do whatever we want.
Unpredictable.
But yeah, the stuff with the penalties, it really bothers me. And Jerry, that's an interesting point about being able to review more. I feel like that is like an unpopular thing, like being able to review stuff. Like people hated that because they thought it was going to add too much time to the games. But I feel like it's important to get stuff right, though. So I don't know.
Well, and some of it is so blatant, in my opinion, that it shouldn't take you like 5 to 10 minutes to figure it out. Like, you know right away.
But if they reviewed that cam sample late hit and they still didn't come to that conclusion, then I still don't have faith that the judgment is right either. You know,
so that's my big thing too. It's like, I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start with these people, you know? So
I don't either.
Yeah, if it wasn't a late hit, then why did he get fined? Like,
I do want to
that's an admission of guilt, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. It is. So I'm glad that they do that after the fact, because I do think that it adds a little bit of justice to it. But then in the game, we're like, really, you know, it just fuels my hate fire also. So
yeah,
right,
yeah. And I think the taunting is really unpopular because it's changed the course of a lot of games. Like, I want to be very clear. I'm not coming at this like I'm talking about like I think the refs are biased against the Bengals. I don't think that's the case. I'm talking about in general as an NFL fan watching every game. We've seen it in every single game without fail that there's some wild call or no call that sways the game. And so it isn't a perfect science. I get it. They're human beings, and I do like protecting them a little bit because sometimes I see them get yelled at by fans and I get a little sad, like that's someone's brother or something. But I'm talking about just like the integrity of some of these rules just don't seem like they're being upheld at all. And the taunting is a perfect example of it. Like, why bring more human fallacy into it? It's too subjective, you know,
yes,
in the middle of a game. It should have to be so blatant and so bad that causes a penalty. And like, it should just be under unsportsmanlike instead of have its own thing. I don't know. I think it's a bridge too far for me to get.
I agree.
I know I've said this like a million times before, but sports are entertainment. I want to be entertained. When they do stuff like that, a lot of times it's funny, but I'm also a huge wrestling fan. I love hockey. I like just dramatics, like make a scene. As long as you're not like hurting somebody else.
Yeah.
Like the most absurd thing you can do that's not like upholding the game and like physically touching somebody else. Like, I want to be entertained. Make me laugh. That's all I want. And
you were the biggest fan of Ocho Cinco days then. That was your best life.
I've got 4 jerseys in my closet. I've got 2 Chad Johnsons and 2 Ocho Cincos.
Yeah. I agree. And I think that again, the genesis of the rule being that they want to prevent fights. Okay, great. I don't want anyone to get hurt. But at the same time, like, has anyone ever really been hurt in a fight in a football game? I don't know.
And they're all talking the whole time too. Why is that not in taunting? You know they're all talking smack to each other the whole game. There's trash talking constantly. And I don't know for sure because I know this is weird, but I've never been an NFL player. I've never played any level of football. But I am willing to bet that was the I know.
I'm shocked.
But I have to believe that a lot of the smack talking is the genesis of a lot of the fights. So
yeah.
So are you really changing anything? Because I don't know that spinning a ball has ever started a fight, but I bet some your mama talk has probably done it.
Isn't that what started the fight with AJ Green?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was that he
Jalen
fought.
Ramsey.
But I've never been more surprised in my life than when he lost his crap because he was just like the most mild-mannered person and he had enough. I was at I don't remember. I was at like a bar or something watching that game. And I was just like, oh my God.
It was my favorite fight of all time.
Yeah, mine too.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Just because you know it had to be over the line if it's AJ that's getting mad.
I know. Mr. Like nothing for him to get that mad.
Mr. Cool.
I mean, I used to see him like in interviews and TV commercials and he would literally just like deadpan. Like he was just talking like this. And I'm just like, show a little excitement, buddy. Like I wanted him to, do something and to act like
he had enough that day. He was like, no,
showed some excitement when he wrapped his arms around Jalen Ramsey's neck and freaking body slammed him to the ground. It was the best thing I've ever seen.
I was like, oh, that's great form.
That was maybe my favorite AJ Green moment. Honestly.
Yeah, and there's so many good ones.
Even bad.
Right?
That might be my favorite
any
one.
touchdown.
Oh, BB says hi. Hello, BB. Brian asked, what was the deal with that weird 12-man on the field challenge versus the Ravens? How did they call a new penalty on the Bengals? It worked out in the end, so all is well, I guess. Just strange. Yeah. So apparently they thought that they caught them with 12 men on the field, but then it turns out we also had 12 men on the field, so it ended up offsetting, I think. So it ended up being fine. But yeah, I didn't know they could do that.
Yeah.
I thought it was
telling ourselves.
I was so excited at the beginning when we challenged it because I got Aaron Rodgers used to be at least like the king of catching that all the time.
12 men,
Yes. And I thought, oh, we're going to start doing that too. And that's so fun. And I loved how fast we got to the line to make it happen. And then I laughed because I was like, oh, we're not there yet. Like we were counting them, but we forgot to count ourselves. We're like,
you tried. Yeah.
Right.
No, I was excited when he tossed the flag and then they announced the challenge. I got excited because everybody that was down on the opposite side of the field from me, because that's where it happened, got really excited. So I was like, oh, they all saw it. They all know. Like, because usually when the crowd gets really, really excited, when it's like, noticeable, it's usually pretty clear and obvious. So I was excited. And then,
well, they clearly did have 12 people.
They did.
We just forgot to count ourselves.
So did we.
Yeah, that was weird.
But I still kind of loved it.
I liked it. I like challenges, because sometimes they work out. Optic says, even though we got caught too, it was really smart challenge by Zach. Yep, I totally agree.
Next time we'll get
Christine says best fight was that Gareth versus Rudolph one a while back. I was entertained because it wasn't us. That one was kind of brutal.
I had lots of feelings during that whole controversy.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to some questions. Yay, that's a new one. All right. Thank you so much to everybody who asked questions on Twitter. I think this is a record week for questions on Twitter and some names that I don't know that we've had questions from before. So thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for following the Tigress Talk Twitter account. And thank you so much for submitting your questions. Okay. So Komodo_dragons asked, do you guys think Elizabeth Blackburn is getting enough credit? I heard her on Danger, Dan Horde's radio show, and she is so articulate. Love her. She should be president of the United States.
EB for president. I will do it.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
She has my vote.
Yep.
Yeah. Honestly, Mr. Komodo Dragon, I don't think it's possible to give Elizabeth Blackburn enough credit. I think we as fans do appreciate her, overwhelmingly. So I think everyone appreciates her, but I don't think it's possible to give her enough credit because I guarantee you she's involved in stuff that we don't even know about yet. We see the Ruler of the Jungle. We see all these awesome, fun things that she's done. And we probably don't even know what it's like an iceberg. We're just scratching the surface of what she's going to do and what she's going to bring to this organization. So I don't think it's possible to appreciate her enough. I think she is the bomb, and I would totally vote for her for president.
Yeah. You know, my favorite quote about her comes from her grandpa, Mike Brown. When he did that interview, I don't know if you guys remember, this was before the season started, and he said that when she sits in on those meetings or whatever, that it's clear that like she's the only kid in the family that's not scared of him. And I just thought it was cute the way he delivered it. But then also I thought, like, yeah, because she's a little firecracker and she's a chip off the old block. And, she's spunky and she's a fan. And so we've talked about her before. I think, it's great knowing that we have a fan advocate in those big meetings. So yay for EB. Go for president. I will vote for you 100%.
And she brings the younger perspective too, because she's really young. So I feel like that's what we've been needing too in this organization. I mean, and when you think about all the awesome social media stuff that they've done, our social media game has jumped up exponentially. And I think she has probably had a hand in that as well, because she brings that fresh, young, and honestly, there's a lot of people in the building that are young and new and social media people. They get it. They get what the younger generation is looking for. And I think it's cool to be a Bengals fan for the first time and who knows how long. So I think, you can't give her enough credit. I don't think so.
Yeah. You get the coolest quarterback in the franchise. It's only it only makes sense that you try to match that energy. And she's tried to do that from the fans' perspective. Like, let's cool it up a little bit. Like, we've got some swagger. Like, just the team has more swagger. The fans should too. And so it's very exciting.
Yep, I agree. Then we go to Marissa Altman said, what are your favorite jersey combos?
Ooh, I love them.
I really liked our jersey combination this week with the orange socks. I thought it really made everything pop.
It was good. I also love the white on white. Yeah, the iced out is super cute too.
I like the white on white a lot. I do.
I like the white on white for night games because I think that white pops like under the lights in the evening. But I have become a fan of the orange jerseys with the black pants. We have a great record in them. And then also I didn't think much of them. And then when I saw them take the field for the first time this year, I thought that looks really freaking good. It really stands out. So, I love them all.
I love them all too. I think that the white and the orange are my two favorites.
Yeah.
I want all the jerseys.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I really don't think they have a bad combo, but I got to say that the all black with the orange socks and the all white, I think, are probably my two favorites. But the orange and black looked awesome too, though. So
I've seen so many people too that aren't Bengals fans that have complimented our new uniforms. Like, they really like them.
They are.
They are so clean.
Beautiful.
And I love them. I just want all of them.
Yeah.
Mama Shelley says, Dad says they win more in orange. LOL.
They do.
Yeah,
they do. Mama Shelley, hold on.
Orange.
Hold on. I wrote down a stat. Jay Morrison tweeted today that they're 1-0 in that combo this year, the orange with the black pants. 8-2 in their last 10 games in orange jerseys, and 26-8 in orange jerseys overall. So we should all be fans of the orange.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. Although I was glad that we broke the curse of the all black last week. So
yeah.
Yeah, it kind of gives us permission to fully enjoy them now.
Exactly. Right.
I know how
they don't
get
all the blame.
I want them to always have the orange socks with them.
Yeah. For sure. And then Amber Huff says, 1, do the Bengals clinch the division this week, or does it come down to the Battle of Ohio?
Ooh, spicy.
I have my prediction.
I'm sure you do.
We'll save that. I don't know. I think it's gonna be tough. And I think no matter what happens this week, I want to win in Cleveland. I do. I don't care. I want to win in Cleveland because I think Baker Mayfield is terrible. And I know that they have a lot of good players on that team, but I think Baker Mayfield is terrible and I want to beat him and I hate his face.
Yeah.
So
Jess, can I just tell you that I am falling into a new level of love with you because you're like Browns hate so much as my Browns hate right now.
I like a lot of their fans. They have a very nice
I love you,
group of humans.
Yeah.
There's some group of humans that are fans of the Browns that I appreciate. But the team,
but they're not playing on the field. Exactly.
Collectively, I hate them. I hate them so much. I want them to go back into oblivion. I used to feel sorry for them, and I regret those days very much because now I just want them to go back into oblivion and never come back.
Yeah, but it does kind of make.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it does kind of go.
Kayla.
It just makes the rivalry more fun when we actually hate each other in the state of Ohio.
But it was more fun when we won all the time. So,
yeah.
But I appreciate that too. But
you know what? I don't know what Jerry's prediction is going to be, so I'm really excited to hear later. But I'm going to tell you something. Like, I am always nervous Nelly before games, like really, really nervous leading up to games. And even though I'm an optimistic fan, I'm also the quickest to like look for like what the challenges are going to be and like stress about that and like I'm not doing that this weekend. I don't know why. And it is not the high from beating the Ravens because we did it so similarly to the first time we played them. And so like, and I don't think the teams compare at all. Like, obviously the Chiefs and the Ravens are in totally different spots right now, but for some reason I'm like kind of like excited about this week. So I have a really good feeling.
It's a good game, I think.
Nervous.
I really do.
So I say clinch this week. Let's freaking do it. Yes. But we'll see what Jerry says because I could be wrong.
What were you going to say, Jerry?
I was going to say, my boss always comments on how much he loves Baker's commercials and how funny those commercials are. He was like, well, does your quarterback make funny commercials? I'm like, no, my quarterback should be being a good quarterback and practicing and focusing on things he should be focusing on. So.
Be like, well, Baker doesn't make funny commercials either. So boom. Boom.
All right. And then number 2 from Amber is, which matchup postseason would you be most confident that the Bengals secure a playoff win? We touched on this a little bit last week. The playoff picture, I feel like, is changing, I feel like, all the time. And so I don't even know anymore. I said Titans last week, but now I just don't even know.
I feel like if we met up with the Ravens again, it would be...
God, that would be a dream come true. Could you imagine that?
That would probably be my favorite scenario that's possible. And I do think it is.
They're not getting in.
I don't think so either. I wish so bad they could get in
so
we could beat
that Ravens Twitter would have.
It would be toxic. I mean, I can't. Oh, but I think honestly, a lot of people I think are afraid of the Colts. But if we have DJ Reader in, I'm not too afraid of. I think we match up okay against them. I'm not terrified of Carson Wentz.
Yeah, I feel like it's not even Carson Wentz with the Colts. I feel like they've just been playing well kind of despite him. I don't know.
It's Jonathan
Taylor. Yeah, but we're so good against the run. So I think we would have a shot against them, actually.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I still stick with the Titans a little bit. I agree with Jess from last week. When you look at it, ideally, I think, first of all, they've lost their last 3 of 5, and they lost to the Steelers.
They lost to the Steelers.
Right? The Texans, right? I think the Texans. And so I don't know. I feel like it's when you're your strongest. I don't know they're still a formidable team. I don't know that they're their strongest right now, and their strength has been the run for the most part, I think, and we do the best against that. So I'm going Titans.
Yeah.
I personally feel that it doesn't matter who we play. If we have a home playoff game, I think we win. and I don't think it matters who we play. That's just what I feel in like the depths of my soul. This is a year of just exercising all of the demons. And if we get that home playoff game, we're all going to be ugly crying for the best reason.
So much ugly crying. Well, Jeff Holmes agrees with you because he says, I don't think it matters who the opponent is. Burrow and the boys get in. It's showtime. Yeah. Mary says, a win against KC would skyrocket our guys' confidence, plus further solidifying we belong. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Do you know how much the NFL world would melt down if we beat the Chiefs this Sunday?
They'd write it off. They'd be like, oh,
no, they wouldn't. No, they would. I don't think they would, Jess. Like we've been trending up in the national media. I think in terms of getting credit, the street credit.
At least on Good Morning Football.
Win. Yeah, but some of the other, NFL Network is all I really watch. I don't watch ESPN much, so I can't. But I'm just saying, I think we make a major wave. Like, I don't know. There is a Burrow effect, and people don't mind talking about him.
That's true.
When we get hot, so
I hope you're right.
How about we win this Sunday and we test the theory and see if I'm wrong or not? I don't care.
All right.
Because I don't care.
I like it.
All right. Noah Hill says, I want to know if the Bengals have a video locked away marked only watch if the Bengals win a Super Bowl, and it's a never been seen video of Paul Brown talking directly to the team about what comes next, standards of success, etc. # crazy fan theory. I hope you're right, Noah. I hope it's on like a reel and they have to like load it into like a projector and it's like
amazing.
Tick.
That's awesome.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
I want to say yes.
Fan theory confirmed.
We do love a conspiracy theory on this podcast.
I might do a new segment where we're all wearing tinfoil hats. And we talk about crazy.
Yes, let's have a conspiracy theory segment and start really crappy hashtags from each of the segments. And go viral with like untruths. I love it.
We are absolute messes. I love it.
I'm doing it. Okay. The Brute Squad said, what do you think was said during the post-game meetup between Harball? I don't know if that was a typo or if you meant it that way, but I'm going with you meant it that way. Great. Okay. And ZT, unsure if any reporters asked that question. I don't know. I watched the video a few times and it kind of looked like he was like kind of miffed. It did. But then when James Rapine asked the question in the press conference, he was like, no.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was like,
I don't think Zach is the kind of guy that's going to actually say what
he's
he
not
said either.
He's 100%
He's not going to give him any kind of like credit or anything like that.
No, but I do think he was kind of like, I don't know what was said, but he did look kind of annoyed.
I don't think his tone was very good.
Yeah, and then
it looked like his tone was super
he like looked straight ahead and just like walked on.
Yeah.
Here's how you know the Harbaugh said something crappy though. Even if he didn't say that, here's how you know. Because Zach, if he had said something nice or complimentary or like said like a normal like, polite thing after the game, Zach would have been like, no, he didn't say that. He was just like saying good job.
You're so right, Whitney.
But the fact that he just said no and said nothing else, that means that he was trying not to say anything or give anything away about what he said. And so I know for a fact, I'm going on record, Harbaugh
put a mention hat.
said something stupid. He said something mean. So yeah.
Well, and right after the game at the press conference, wasn't he saying something along the lines of, because they asked like, do you feel bad about running up the score or something? He's like, no. Absolutely not. Nobody degraded their win last year against us when they did it to us when we had a depleted team for injuries. I was like, no, I don't feel bad.
Don't dish it.
I've been saying that all week, Jerry. I've been saying it all week. And they're like, and the Ravens were like, you guys weren't that hurt last year. Yes, we were. Like,
even if it wasn't personal. Yeah. Like they did it to the Dolphins last year. And the Dolphins were at the beginning of their rebuild or whatever. They did a fake punt, right? So
yeah,
I don't remember where someone reminded me of that this week. And it's so stupid.
Lamar was on the sidelines with sunglasses.
Yeah.
Do not be a hypocrite. I can't stand bullies and I can't stand a hypocrite. Like 2 things that just really grind my gears.
But
like,
I love payback. Payback's
oh,
beautiful.
we never forget.
Karma got a game ball earlier this year for a reason. She's still working out for us just fine.
Yeah. all the crap that's been done to us over the past years, I feel like we're finally getting our, reward. It's like you pick on your little brother and then he hits puberty and then it's game over because now he's bigger than you. And that's like what's happening. And they're gonna find out real quick that,
that's the best
and I don't know,
analogy.
had they acted differently? Would we act differently? Had they acted differently? I don't know. Probably not, but who's to say?
I don't even know why it's a story because, like, why are you crying, Ravens? Like, what are you crying about?
Right.
This is football. You've done this every season. Shut up. Like, it's
Right.
not a story. We didn't do anything wrong.
I love that they're like, oh, that was your Super Bowl. No, that was a
Why
playoff caliber game
that?
because it had serious playoff implications.
There's only one. It's in February. Like, what? Are you confused? Like,
they're just sour.
Like I said something along the lines of, well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions, and that's exactly what it was for them.
For sure. All right, Christian has 2 questions, a serious question and a fun question. Serious question, which of the non-starters / depth guys has been your favorite this year? Someone like Bailey, BJ, Hill, etc. I think a lot of people were voting Hill, and I have to agree. I feel like he was like a big surprise. I don't think anyone really knew what we had in him. The fact that we traded Billy Price and got him and a draft pick, I feel like is the steal of the century. So I have to agree. I think Hill has been fabulous for us, and I have really appreciated watching him this year. So,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, he's the biggest steal for sure, and I think as far as like pure backups, Fred Johnson. Wow.
Yes. Yep. I'm happy for
really
that guy.
Impressed.
Yeah. For sure. And then fun question, as opposed to not serious. He wanted to clarify. What was your favorite Christmas gift you gals got this year? I think everybody knows mine. It's my jacket and my bag. And
I love that.
I'm going to be so annoying with my jacket and my bag in the airport.
But I'm shocked you're not wearing it right now. Where's Cap? He should rush it into you right now.
I know, right? Bring me my bag.
Where's your production assistant right now?
Fired.
Yeah. So anyway, Jerry, I know you got a jersey. What all did you guys get Bengals stuff for Christmas that you love? Oh, Jerry's going to get hers.
I got.
I
was
your man.
So we weren't like exchanging gifts this year because we did the trip to Denver. That was like our gifts to each other. And then he had this on Christmas morning, and I was just cracking up because I'm like, thank you for supporting my mental illness. It was very
true
sweet.
Love.
I wasn't expecting it at all.
I didn't know he did that. You should put it on like one of those life-size teddy bears and like sleep with it at night. Really, like really drive the point home.
In between me and Brian.
Like make it so weird. Make it as weird as possible.
Yes.
Like you're
weird.
in Sam's spot.
It's completely normal. I'm not weird at all, guys.
Your husband is such a good sport. Bless
He
you.
is really the best. He legitimately left 15 minutes before the game because I was not. I'm like, look, this is the most important game of the year. We cannot mess around.
This week, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Don't take
No,
it.
he's not even. I'm like, you're spending the night over.
I was gonna say he should probably sleep away the night before just to be
Pack a bag.
I was trying to get him to come to the playoff game with me, and he's like, no, if I show up, everybody's going to be like, why are you here? You're not allowed to be here.
He's allowed to go because he went to Denver.
Yeah.
He did. But he really doesn't have a good track record at Paul Brown Stadium, so he will most likely stay down here with the dogs, but I will be there.
Got it.
Did you guys see my shoes that I posted for my Christmas present?
Which ones?
No.
Online. So I brought them for show and tell.
Oh, yeah.
With my name on them.
Those are so cute.
I know, right?
I love those.
No, I think they're like Like you get a Facebook ad and you get the cheapest thing.
Oh, got it. The
like there's
logo
nothing
totally looks
fancy.
like a Brooks logo.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. But they're really comfy, and I wore them, and we beat the crap out of the Ravens, so I'm assuming they're good luck.
They're lucky now. Yay!
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, I get so mad because I wear a size 4 in shoes, like in kids. I can never find any kind of Bengal shoes or like orange shoes that don't have like Velcro on them. It gets so frustrating.
Yeah.
If they lit up orange, that'd be great. I would wear those all day long.
Oh my gosh, light up. Those would be so fun though.
I might have looked for those this year too, but I couldn't find any that lit up orange.
Can you imagine with your sweater and then the light up shoes?
I can't imagine, and I love it.
Completely obnoxious, and I would own all of it. I would not even care.
I think you should only wear kid shoes. Like, just go find all the kid shoes. Just do Velcro and stuff. I think you should lean into it. Yes. Brand. Make it your brand.
For
I
sure.
knew you had little feet when I saw you, but I didn't know you were that tall. Now I want to come hug you.
I wear like 3 pairs of socks if I'm wearing like a heeled boots, so my foot can like kind of fit in there.
So we can't share shoes. Got it. But I still will raid your closet next time I'm in town.
You're more than welcome to.
Sweet.
Kayla, what was your favorite thing you got?
Well, part of my gift was being able to take Caleb and go to the game on the day after Christmas, which was fun. But I also got the Aaron Andrews Sherpa, the Bengals one, and I got some game day outfits for my daughter and lots of clothes for myself. So yeah, it was a very Bengals Christmas for me.
Yay.
So
that is awesome. All right. Alex says, assuming our offense plays at the same level they did against the Ravens, do you think we can win a shootout game against the Chiefs? Yes, I do. I think that's the only way to beat the Chiefs, honestly, is to score more points than them.
Yeah.
I know. I'm channeling the dearly departed John Madden, but I think that's, I think it's going to have to probably be a shootout. But.
Yeah.
I think you need to slow your roll with that question because the Ravens D and the Chiefs D are not the same. And I don't think I don't think you're going to see a game like you saw with the Ravens, like a domination like that. But obviously, I think it could be a score fest. I would almost kind of like to see it be a lot of Mixon day, though. Nobody's talking about Mixon for this game, but I think their defense is really good. And the one thing that might not be their like crazy strongest is defending against the run. So why we got to put up a lot of points, but why can't Mixon score a bunch of them? I don't know.
That's a good point. Yeah, I agree.
I think keep Mahomes off the field.
Yeah.
Control the clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Arrow says, if this team plays like they did on Sunday, what outfits are y'all going to wear to the Super Bowl?
A new one, because I'm using that as an excuse to buy whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't even know. Gosh, that's so exciting to think about. I don't even know. I'd probably pack way too many clothes and have to decide on the day. I don't know.
Can we all agree on light up everything? Everything lights up.
Yes. Yeah. I'll do my makeup like Who Day, baby, Sean.
Oh my god. We should all do that one time. That would be so funny.
That would be so fun.
Let's make him do everybody's makeup. Let's all meet up to his
It's funny because the guy who does airbrush face paint at my tailgate, he can do that like perfectly. He can recreate it. And I forget what game it was, but the last game where Sean's wife Karen came to the game, she told him to just do whatever for her face paint, and he did like an exact replica of his paint. And she was like, she comes down to see me, and she's like, Jess, look what he did to me.
I thought it was so sweet.
I loved it. I thought it was great. So yeah, so we can get Justin just spray us all real quick, like Who Day, baby. If you want
we need that at the tailgate. Like if we have a first playoff game, have like a face painter or two come down and like.
Well, we always have that at our Bengal Bomb Squad tailgate. We always have game day face paint. Yeah, and it's just a donation to charity. So you can do he'll do whatever you want. He can do he's crazy talented. He can do anything. So.
Oh,
come on down to
that now.
Okay. We got the airbrush. We got the airbrush going on.
sweet.
All right. And then last question, Miss Mary says, after the win against Baltimore, Kayla tweeted about our ability to cover Kelsey, and I couldn't agree more with her concern, given the production both Kittle and Andrews had against us, average of 138 yards. Kelsey is a huge threat. How do you think we shut him down? That's a good question, Mary, and I don't know the answer to that. I think we've had a lot of practice now, maybe.
Yeah, it's
at tight ends. I don't know.
I
It's a
mean,
concern.
Kittle and Andrews both were trouble, but someone pointed out on Twitter too, they are for everyone. Everyone struggles against them. It's not just a Bengals specific issue. They're really good athletes and they're elite at their position, but yeah, I'm a little concerned about it too, obviously, but
a really good tight end in general, like you say, is a trouble for I remember that being the basis of my argument. I'm so sorry, Jamar Chase and every Bengals fan, but I was like really excited about Pitts.
Yeah, I was too early.
Yeah.
And so that was why, because the whole mismatch nightmare, or matchup nightmare. But I don't think you do take away Kelsey. I don't think that's your game plan. I think if that's your entire game plan, you're probably screwed. I think you do your best to minimize him and you focus on him, sure, but I think you got to find other ways to win than like betting on you're going to destroy Kelsey one day, because you're not. Like, he's one of those that's still going to make his plays, but if he's the only one making plays, then he can't do it all on his own. He can't win that game all on his own. So I don't know. I could be wrong, but.
No, I agree.
I feel like everybody freaked out because Pratt was put on the COVID reserve list today, and they just automatically assumed that we were going to lose on Sunday. And it's like, well, we've kind of had trouble covering tight ends, the whole season. But I did see that Logan Wilson was in full pads today, so that is very, very promising.
That was very exciting, yes.
Yeah.
But it's also one of those things that any given Sunday, anything can happen. Travis Kelce could potentially have maybe the worst game of his life on Sunday. You just never know. Nothing is a done deal at all. So I don't know why everybody was acting like the sky was falling again after, like, we've been so excited and on this, like, huge high, and now it's like the sky is falling again. So
it's not.
You don't know what's going to happen on Sunday until it happens.
Exactly.
I got to tell you, Mahomes is really obviously very good. And so if you focus all your resources on Kelsey, he's going to burn you 10 ways to Sunday on everything else. So, like, I mean, it's very similar to us. And I was thinking just today, like, I almost feel like there's some differences, but I hate almost saying this because maybe I'll get like raked for it, but I feel like the Chiefs are us in a few years. Like, I think the big competitive advantage they have against us is not Kelsey. It's not even Mahomes. It's the experience. So they also have a lot of the intangibles that we get excited about. They play for each other. They're a bit of a brotherhood. They have hardworking, unselfish players. They're well coached by a genius who's been at this since Jesus Christ was a corporal. So, like, I mean, it's experience that's the big difference.
And Zach said that too, I think, in his press conference. They've been together a long time and they gel well together, and that's something that we will. I totally agree. We will get in time. So
I think this is us kind of looking at our future a little bit. And they've been to the Super Bowl, and they've been there, done that, and they have been together for a while. I still think we have a chance at them for sure. I think we match up okay. Well, everything is scary coming from them, but everything's scary coming from us too. We can beat teams in a lot of different ways too. We should just be just as scary to think about preparing for as any other team, because there's no one way we've done it. We've done it every single type of way, and we're locked at a lot of positions and on defense. So anyway, all that to be said, I just think that the Chiefs are kind of like us and where we can kind of see ourselves in the future, but they're just a few years ahead of us. So we'll see what happens.
I totally agree. Well said.
I think that's something too that for us, I don't think that Kansas City is coming into this game thinking, oh, it's just the Bengals. Like,
no.
Right.
And I feel like that's the difference this year is I think there's a level of a little bit scared because we're hot at the right time. we are clicking at the right time. We're getting everything done the right way right now when it counts. And I feel like in the past, we would completely already be written off, even if we were in the playoff hunt. Like they would still be like, oh, it's just the Bengals. No, we're the Bengals, and you need to be a little bit more frightened of us because we're
Show
a
some
little
respect
scary right now. Yeah.
Yeah, they're taking us serious.
Yeah, I agree. Awesome.
I kind of wish they didn't.
I know, right? Can you just sleep on us? let me trap you. Yep. All right, guys. Thanks so much for all those questions. That was awesome. All right. It's time for We Mean to Talk, sponsored by Brimminghorn Meadery, King of the North. No longer available, so if you missed out, sorry about your luck, but they have a lot of delicious flavors all year long, so keep buying it. Code Tigress gets you 15% off 2 or more bottles. All right. What do we got?
Well, mine kind of ties in. I just want to, this is less of a talking point as it is of, I just want to talk to Bengals Twitter in general. It's okay to just enjoy this season and not be stressed out every 5 seconds. Like, we swept Pittsburgh and Baltimore, and we're having fun, and there are people that predicted us to win 2 games this year, and we're nearly playoff bound. Like, just enjoy the moment and, like, breathe, and it's okay. Like, we don't have to go on these emotional roller coasters every single day. That's my
You don't have to be waiting for something bad to happen always. Like, it doesn't. We're allowed to have nice things too. And I hate when people say things like, oh, we don't deserve blah, blah, blah. Yes, we do. Yeah. We deserve all the things. We deserve all the things. We deserve all the talent. And yes, I totally agree.
Not us? Why not us?
Why not us? I totally agree.
Yeah.
I love it, Kay. You know what? And two, like it's just the fact that, like, to your point, there's only one team that wins the Super Bowl every year. So what? If you don't get that, then you're supposed to, like, crap on your season or be miserable. Like, what? Like, just enjoy the fact that you are rooting for a good team that's super competitive and exciting and filled with dudes that are easy to root for.
Yeah.
Just go with that.
Exactly.
It's more than a Lions fan can say or a Pittsburgh fan can say right now.
And we've had our down years, but this isn't one of them. Like,
right.
We've already established that we're not going to have a losing season. So have a great time.
Yeah. And stop believing in curses. I agree, Evo.
Yeah. Just enjoy the season for what it is. Like, I don't know. If you would have come into the season and been told that we were going to sweep Baltimore and Pittsburgh, I think that every single Bengals fan would just be, like, elated all year. So let's just enjoy that. I don't know.
I agree. I love that
100%. 100%.
Yes.
All right, Whitney, what you got?
So I want to pick up from what Kayla said last week in her We Need to Talk about how we need to talk more about Joe Burrow being the comeback player of the year. I think we need to talk up Zach Taylor being coach of the year. Period. Ooh. End of story.
Interesting.
Like, I can make a case for it. We can all make a case for it.
Yeah.
He turned around an entire culture. His ushering in, like, showed us that the chain from the top down at the front office is ready to change. They're here for it. You look at how he's turned over this roster. He came in and first year doesn't even count. He was at the Super Bowl. He was a late hire. He was getting his coaching staff in late. He had all these leftovers from the Marvin Lewis era. Even if they were great players, they weren't his guys. It's taken him 2 years to get his nucleus, to find, like, his core people. He's done it. Those guys would be willing to jump in front of a freaking bullet for him. I don't know if anybody's ever heard a player be asked about Zach Taylor and not gotten anything other than fierce defense from his players. they're playing lights out for him. They love him. They're connected. He definitely has a prototype player that he looks for in terms of personality. He lets the guys be the guys. He doesn't try to make them anything they're not. He's also handling the play calling duties, which has gotten him into crap with some fans over the season. I don't care. He's evolving too, and he's doing great. So, yeah, Zach Taylor needs to be coach of the year.
Woo!
I love it.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think that it could happen. So make your bets now.
I bet that I'll be mad if he doesn't get it. Because he should.
Yeah. I agree. Very deserving.
Mm-hmm.
So
right.
my we need to talk actually goes along with both of you, but specifically with Whitney's, because my we need to talk is I'm still seeing people saying fire Zach Taylor. Are we
Seriously?
watching? Yes, I saw like at least three or four tweets this week alone, and I'm like, after
this week,
like, because they're like, oh, we need to be more aggressive, or why is Joe still on the field? It's like Zach was very aggressive in my opinion this week. I personally loved it. Again, I don't feel that Joe was coming off that field at all before he hit the numbers that he wanted to hit. They would have had to drag him off that field. We know how Joe is. But for anybody that's still saying fire Zach Taylor, do you really like believe that, or is that just your automatic go-to because you really don't have any other argument for like anything for the Bengals? Like, his first season, like Whitney said, it was just kind of a crapshoot. Second season, Joe got hurt. Still rebuilding the team. Not his fault. Third season, we are potentially winning the AFC North and going to the playoffs. Like, what more can you ask for from this man? Like, you got to give him time. It's not going to happen overnight, specifically with where our organization was at the time.
I think that every head coach is a lightning rod. I think we focus on this lightning rod because it's our lightning rod, and because so we consume our own media all day. I think every coach is skating on thin ice. Not every. If you've been around for a million years, like Andy Reid and all that, like you get a lot more leeway. But majority of the time, like a coach is one bad season away from being completely fired or whatever. So I do think there is part of that, like us being in our own bubble and realizing that every coach gets the crap talk, no matter what happens. But you especially combine that with the fact that he's a newer coach. He hadn't been even an offensive coordinator before this. He's young. We've been inconsistent this year. By the way, every team in the NFL has been inconsistent this year for the most part.
It's been a weird year.
What's happening to the Cardinals right now? I mean, seriously.
Thank you. They're awful. Yeah. So, but I think he's just going to always get the lightning rod. And I really just have tried to learn to dismiss the comments about firing Zach Taylor. Because if you're saying that, you're either just in a moment, you're having a moment, and you need to calm down, or you should be on Facebook. I mean, it's kind of one of the two things. I think a rational fan doesn't want to fire Zach.
I also forget sometimes how many like 12-year-olds are on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, and you don't know because they don't have a real picture and they just say crazy things. And you're like, there's no way somebody really thinks like this. Oh, wait, you're 12. Like that. I think that's where a lot of the crazy talk comes from. It's from really old people and really young people. There's like this bell curve of like craziness on Twitter that it's just like, it's like the children and the people who strayed too far from Facebook. It's like those two groups are the ones I think that say the craziest stuff. So it's hard to remember sometimes because I'm like, because this stuff wasn't around when I was 12. So I was not doing that at age 12. So it's easy for me at least to forget.
I don't even think I had like text messaging until I was like 16, 17.
Oh no. Yeah.
Let me just tell you, I just checked my beeper, and Zach Taylor should not be fired. He should be coach of the year.
Yes.
Coach of the year.
I love you so much.
Coach of the year. Coach of the year.
Yeah. For sure. All righty.
Sorry, Mom.
Hot! Hot! Hike!
All right.
It's time for Whitney's Game Balls. Yay!
All right. So only 2. Hailing from Nick in his 13th season, the 3rd most games played of any Bengals player in the organization's history. A man that we take for granted because he's so solid every single week. He holds every major punting record. His best performance was last week, though, as we talked about earlier, because he didn't have a thing to do. He is my favorite bench warmer of all time and Mr. Consistent himself, Kevin Huber. You get a game ball for not doing anything.
Yay! Oh, I love it. It's so great.
Seriously, though, I love him. Shout out to Nick.
Yes.
Thank you for him.
Yeah.
Second game ball really quick goes to personally my favorite steal off free agency. We are so rich in free agency steals this year that it's hard to pick a favorite, but I will say that he might be my favorite because not only has he made a huge impact during the games and as a part of our organization, but he's also was stolen from our arch nemesis. He looks so much better in stripes than he did as a Bumblebee, and I was so proud of him when he got his first pick 6 of his career against the crappiest quarterback in the NFL in terms of personal character. And now he's also super old, Ben Roethlisberger. But anyways, he is truly one of us. When the offense is on the field, he is one of us. He's the biggest fan probably of Joe Burrow and our entire offense. He's our consummate cheerleader and is always there when something good happens. Mike Hilton, you get a game ball. Love to have you, dude. So happy.
I have to agree. That is like my favorite story of the off season. Like him getting that pick 6 was just so beautiful. I loved it so much.
Yeah.
It's like stuff that like movies are made of.
I know, right? Should make a movie.
Don't you watch him and you think, has he been a Cincinnati Bengals his whole life? Because he seems like a huge fan. How were you Steeler last year? Like, how is it possible?
He was way too good for that team for sure.
I have a theory that he just like deep down really hates the Steelers just as much as the rest of us, and hated that organization, hated being a part of that organization, and that's why he has just like embraced us so much.
I don't know, but he seems so excited to be here, and it just feels like, I don't know, he's one of my favorite Bengals, and he seems very excited to be a Bengal, and I love his energy.
And he's running up and down that field the entire game.
I know.
Yeah, that smile. I agree, Kayla.
Yeah. So infectious.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Love it. All right. Thanks so much, Whitney. All right, Miss Jerry, what's in your crystal ball this week?
So before the game this week, I text Whit and I said, I am like just uncharacteristically just very calm. Said, I don't know what that means, but I'm very calm. And Whitney was freaking out. And I was like, I don't know what that means, but I'm just, I don't feel freaked out at all. I have not felt freaked out for 1 second. I don't know if it's just still the high that we're on from the win against the Ravens, even though after the last win against the Ravens, when we were playing the Jets, I was a little freaked out about that. But I let everybody else think, I don't know, it's fine, like kind of mess with my head. I truly feel that we can win. I think it's going to be a shootout. I would love for our offense and defense to show up like the best that they've been this entire season and just make a freaking statement, not only to the Chiefs, but to the NFL in general, that we are here and we're not going anywhere for a really long time. But I think we at the end of Sunday are going to be the AFC North champions. And I also am gonna go a little ahead of ourselves. I think we're also gonna beat the Cleveland Browns, but that's just me. So,
all right,
prediction and a half.
I hope you're right.
Yeah.
I hope you're right. I think it's going to be tough on Sunday, but I think it's going to be a good test, and I think it's going to we're going to see what everybody's made of. So I'm excited for it.
I love it.
All right. Miss Kaylee, got an injury report for us here?
Sure do.
All right.
So we kind of talked about most of the major ones. Pratt is on the COVID list. He could still potentially play on Sunday, but he would have to get two negative tests to play. So it's not probably super likely. But Logan Wilson was a full participant, so that's enormous. Especially, I mean, the linebackers were a strength of our team, so all of these injuries have been really brutal, but I'm really glad that he's coming back. We need him right now. So
for sure.
And then everyone freaked out about Brandon Allen being on the COVID list. So you all probably know all about that still. But I mean, most things, Cam Sample didn't practice today, but as far as the injury report, it was pretty light for us. For the Chiefs, Clyde Edwards-Helaire got hurt against the Steelers, a shoulder injury, but he's week to week, so there's a potential he might be able to even play against us on Sunday. And then the Chiefs also announced that everyone passed through the COVID protocols, so we should expect Kelsey back and the full, bring it. So
yep,
they'll be at us full force. If we win, we can't have anyone saying we played a practice squad this week. So
there you go, girl.
For sure. I think that would be the perfect win to shut everybody up, honestly.
Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
Cav says, we're not freaking out because we're watching our offense get better each week. We know we could toss up some deep TDs and win a shootout. I think we could, honestly. I really think we have. And I've said every week we can beat any team in the NFL. I truly believe that when we play a complete game and we execute the way that we know how. And I think like Cav said, we've seen it get better and better and better. And I think the consistency is getting better and the execution is getting better, and we're doing the things that we need to do. And I think that if we do all those things, if we take care of the ball, we win the turnover battle, there's no reason why we can't win against the Chiefs.
Totally.
Pro Football Focus, is that right? Yeah, PFF has Joe Burrow ranked number 1 in like everything. Like he's the number 1 passer rating, the passing grades, he's ranked number 1, and it's surreal to me. Like I because I think of Mahomes as one of the top 5 great quarterbacks, and he's not anywhere in there. Where is he?
Well,
I don't even see him.
To say what Mixon said, Mixon in his post-game interview was so complimentary of Mahomes, talked about playing him in college, how much respect he has for him, what a baller he is. But he also was like, but I also like Joey B. And so I think it's time for fans to understand that, like, it is intimidating going against the Chiefs. Mad respect for them. They're amazing. They're super skilled. They're hard to prepare for. You take it really seriously. But guess what? We're not easy to prepare for either. Our quarterback is a badass too. Like, yeah, we can beat you in several different ways. Our defense can be scary at times. We got some ball hawks on our defense too. I wouldn't want to line up against Hendrickson. So, and then you look at our weapons on offense. Who do you prepare for? Do you prepare for Mixon more in our run game, or do you prepare for our air attack? Like, yeah, because we could do either. Like, how do you want to dance? Let's dance. Like, how do you want to dance? Like, it's hard to prep for us. So I understand. I get in that trap too, where I think about all the strengths of the team that we're about to go up against. But I think we should also consider we have a lot of strengths to go up against too. Like, so bring it on. I am so ready for Sunday. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I am too.
Isn't DJ Reader coming back this week?
I hope so. I hope so.
I don't think he's been like released from like the COVID list yet, but he should be, right? So
I hope so.
I know he's vaccinated because he said so on Twitter. So
I love that he was live tweeting during the Ravens game.
I know. One of us. One of us.
Chef said, Joe Burrow thrives on these kind of situations, facing the best quarterback and defending AFC champs. It's going to be fun to watch. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I think so too. And I agree with everything you guys have said. I think we are a fantastic team. We have every chance of beating the Chiefs, and I think it'll be a good game on Sunday. So I'm very excited.
I'm so jealous that you guys are going to be there. I looked for flights, and it just nothing financially made sense.
It's harder on the holidays.
If I also want to go to the playoff game, so
yeah, pick that. I would pick that one over this one for sure. So,
and I fully believe we're getting a home playoff game. I know it in my heart. Like it's I know it. I'm speaking it into fruition. And you guys know I am the most superstitious person ever. And I feel like it's happening. It's gonna happen.
I love it. I hope so. I believe it too. Oh.
Well, when I log off here, I'm gonna go make a fake Coach Reed account and talk some smack about Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
So I need you guys to back me up on that it's a legit account.
Yeah, I'll retweet it. Be like, I can't believe what Andy Reid is saying.
Yeah.
About Joe Burrow.
Say something about the gold jacket. That seemed to work this time. So
like, I agree with Harbaugh.
Maybe we bring back Small Hands Joe for this or something. Like really good at it.
Yeah. Like small hands and no pinkies or something.
All right.
Yeah. That'd be great. All right, fashion spotlight. Finally, I can show this shirt because I got Cap one for Christmas, but I got this Bitly NFL or Pixel NFL is his name. He did the celebration.
Cute.
And I love it. So, Cincy.shop has a lot of stuff, and they have his stuff too. So you can get this at Cincy.shop. So
cool.
Hey.
I love that.
Anybody else have anything for fashion right now?
My brother-in-law and sister-in-law got me this cute crop top from Etsy.
That's really cute.
Super cute. I love
that. The tie-dye looks like tiger stripes, which I thought was so fun.
Where did they get that? That's really cute.
They found it on Etsy.
Oh, okay. I've seen stuff like that on Etsy before, so Etsy's the best.
I love Etsy.
Jerry, anything new?
This new shirt.
Oh, that's cute.
That's cute.
It's just a V-neck and it's just got a logo.
I love the tiger though. The tiger's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything new. I don't know what's wrong with me.
That's new to us. I haven't seen that shirt before and I like it.
Oh, really?
I know.
I got this.
I
got this at Rally House when I was there for the Thursday night game.
Rally House has some cool stuff. I was in there at the Kenwood Mall not too long ago, and I got Cap some Bengals jammies like mine, the ugly sweater-looking jammies because mine are the bomb. And so I got him some at Rally House. But they had Cincy shirts. They had all kinds of stuff there in the store. So I definitely recommend checking them out too. So
cool.
I loved your cameo in the. Oh my gosh, what was it?
Oh, the super fan.
Yes, I loved that. It was like my heart, just like I was like, those are all my friends. I love all of them so much.
Did you like being in it?
Yes. I was like, oh, that is the sweetest thing I've seen in a really long time.
And she's looking out at the phone on a stand outside, like. What?
I felt like the Grinch, where like my heart grew like 3 sizes that day watching that video.
Awesome. Yes, I love the super fans. Those girls are our future. I always say
they're the sweetest.
They're the future.
They're going places. Love them. Yes.
All right. Well, I think that about wraps it up. Anybody have anything else?
Who day,
everybody. I see you on Sunday if you're down there. If not, see you on Twitter, and we will be back next week. I think we're going to do Wednesday as well, if that works for everybody. So we will see you next Wednesday. Yep. Hopefully we will be talking about playoffs and being the AFC North champs. So who day, everybody. It's exciting times we're living in right now.
Enjoy it.
Bye, everybody.
Who day.
Bye.
Bye, guys.